Let's go overseas now. The Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has been given a standing ovation from British lawmakers as he addressed the House of Commons via video link. In his historic speech, he compared the conflict to Britain's role in the Second World War.
All the world's a stage. All the men and women merely players. But this actor has turned president, and his stage, the theatre of war. His audience, not just parliamentarians, but a nation, and from London and all across the country, his own people too.
The question for us now is to be or not to be. You all know this Shakespeare question. For 13 days this question could be asked. Now I can give you a definitive answer. It is definitely yes, to be.
A performance by President Zelensky heard in silence by the Prime Minister and hundreds of MPs. A translation in their headsets.
I would like to remind you of the words the United Kingdom has heard before and are important again. We will not give up and we will not lose. We will fight at sea and in the air. We will continue fighting for our land, whatever the cost.
Invoking the eloquence of Shakespeare and the fortitude of Churchill, it was a plea for help unlike any other heard in this chamber.
I am grateful to you, Boris. Please increase the pressure of sanctions. Please recognise Russia as a terrorist state. Please make sure our Ukrainian skies are safe. Please make sure you do what needs to be done and what is stipulated by the greatness of your country.
In his response, Boris Johnson promised to deliver what's needed, but no sign of the military action the president asked for.
We will employ every method that we can, diplomatic, humanitarian and economic, Mr. Speaker, until Vladimir Putin has failed in this disastrous venture and Ukraine is free once more.
Ukrainians in Britain pleased their president's voice is being heard here.
I'm incredibly proud that I'm Ukrainian and I have a president like that.
I just realized how big we are. Unfortunately, it's happened in this horrible situation, but I'm very proud of him.
Tightening the screw on Russia will come at a cost at home too.
We either pay it now by dealing with the threat that Russia poses and the reality that we are going to have a serious squeeze in energy prices. They're going to rise, and that's going to knock on to food prices and other prices too. Well, the alternative is we ride it out and wait until we're more vulnerable.
Westminster knows failure means tragedy on the world stage. Nobody wants that played out. Sam Coates, Sky News, Westminster.